day playing PlayStation. So that was my thought anyway. It didn't often work.
Anyway,
that was the way it went.
The Eagles just about to run on the ground too, boys, and their banner just looks like it's in a little bit of trouble at the moment.
No, I think they do that, Bucky. That's the way it's done now, so the players don't twang the hammy. They've got the sort of strips cut so they can easily brush through it. Players a little bit adverse to the banners these days. Cam Mooney's spending his entire life going round it. So
J-Pod still does.
Yeah, J-Pod doesn't like a bit of banner action. But you mentioned before Lee Fisher. It's a good story following in the footsteps of Jordan Bannister the year before. So let's hope that can be those two can be the real pioneers of getting more ex-players, because I reckon Jordan Bannister is one of the best umpires in the competition.
I think so, and I think what they bring to the game is obviously experience, but a sensibly common sense from an umpire. They get a feel for what's going on.
Game management.
Yep, game management. And the players, I think, I mean, a lot of these players, particularly from the Eagles, would have played against Lee Fisher, and I'm sure Lee Fisher probably is lined up on Daniel Kerr when it used to be a run with players. So there'd be a bit of respect between, I suppose, player and umpire, which is fantastic.
Around the grounds for Town and Country Pizza and Pasta, Swans on the board, cutting the margin back to 5 points down in Hobart. North Melbourne 2-1-13, leading Sydney.
That was a sellout game there. There was actually a sellout in Hobart.
Okay, what's the capacity down there? About 15?
Yeah, about 15,000. So it's a pretty good crowd. That's great. Yeah, it's not a bad effort.
Big day because we get night footy in Canberra for the first time at what they're calling Star Trek Oval.
Star Trek.
There's a
Starstruck Oval.
You get the naming rights all the way from wherever.
Which is, of course, Monica in its cricketing form, but in AFL footy form we know as Star Trek Oval. So a big day. There's footy everywhere, obviously, and they got the Q clash on the Gold Coast. So
Quentin Lynch playing up there.
3 new frontiers: Hobart, Canberra, and the Gold Coast hosting AFL footy. But we're doing it here from the home of football, the MCG, on a Saturday afternoon. Tim McGrath, Melbourne and the Eagles this afternoon, and we've gone through both teams, but let's just reflect on what Melbourne need to do early to ensure that this is not the blowout that Essendon was.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've gone over old ground, but for the people who are just tuning in now before the start of the game, is I think all Melbourne can do is just have an effort. And Mark Neal asked for that last week, but we want players that have picked in this side this week to be mentally stronger than what they have been. Play on their man one-on-one and learn how to win a contest and use your